Now, if you have been looking for a step-by-step blueprint on how to get started as an online business manager, look no further. Venturing into the OBM world can feel daunting and overwhelming, especially when you're getting started. But I want you to get ready to throw the stress and the overwhelm out the window here today, because I want to share with you all the lessons I've learned in the last 2 decades, step by step, for you if you're just getting started, so that you can really effectively get the ball rolling as an online business manager. First and foremost, who am I? Who is this person who is super eager to share this incredibly valuable knowledge with you? Well, I'm Sarah Noked, and I and my dedicated team and I are experts in empowering individuals to embark on transformative journeys as online business managers. So if you're new here, welcome to our channel. If you're returning, we knew you'd be back for more. Now back to what you have all been waiting for, the steps that you need to take to become an OBM. So the first thing that you should know is anyone can become an online business manager. We have had students find success in this field coming from very different walks of life. Some have come from working in corporate, some are already online service support professionals, some come from bookkeeping, some come from just a regular 9-to-5, some come after they've been laid off. So what I want you to think about when you're thinking about getting started are your transferable skills, and we all have them. And these might include things like your experience in team management, product coordination, calendar organization, and more. These are all gonna lend to your transferable skills. So for example, if you're in a corporate role or in a 9-to-5 and have some kind of, team leadership skills, or you did a team leadership role, then you likely have a lot of natural leadership skills. You'd likely be a great sort of bridge into project management, because managing a team is just a project, right? And it's a huge part of what we do as OBMs. But you might be thinking to yourself, well, I've never managed a team before. Well, maybe you have kids, maybe you have people that you take care of. I'm sure that you manage them. You just might lack the knowledge of working in the online space or using, digital marketing tools for project management. So this is where your opportunity lies. You can grow, you can master those skills, and once you have those skills, you can excel in the OBM role. So I just want to show you here that there's a lot of things to bridge from A to B. Just know that if you're willing to learn, you can definitely get from point A to point B. And if you are an organized, motivated, big picture thinker, then the OBM role would be great for you. If you're missing some of those necessary skills, there's lots of ways to go and get them, which brings me to point number 2. So if you see gaps in your skills or your training, or feel like if I just had a little bit more experience, then I'd really sort out this new business endeavor, then I want you to take this step to invest in yourself. Okay? Invest in yourself. Now, I don't want to toot our own horn, but OBM School has played a pivotal role in guiding hundreds of individuals towards becoming successful online business managers. It has really led to transforming hundreds and hundreds of lives. It has helped them walk away from 9-to-5s, say goodbye to that corporate way of life, and instead create a flexible schedule that allows you to create more time with your family and create that positive work-life balance, all while making more money than you did in your previous job. And if you want to check out a story from one of our previous students, I'm going to leave the link below to our Date in the Life of an OBM videos. Lindsay Connolly's story is such a testament to transferable skills, recognizing them and leveraging them. So I'm going to leave that video in the comments below. So here's my next point. If you're really, really, really wanting to make this work for yourself, and you really want to go all in on yourself, it's not just about developing skills. You also need community and network. And I actually hear this a lot from people who are doing it on their own, who are trying to break into this industry on their own. It's just very lonely. So connecting with other like-minded entrepreneurs like yourself can make the world of difference when it comes to finding clients and building a sustainable business. So your OBM connections will also be a great resource for bouncing ideas off of. They're gonna help you gain valuable insight and feedback on your own business so that you can make it even better, right? There's nothing like a good sounding board, kind of like how we are with our clients, but giving a little bit of that to yourself. So this is something that we really push inside of the OBM School framework. In fact, so much so that in some of our programs, we have accountability pods, those accountability buddies. And a lot of our students tell me that, from years ago, that's where they met their business besties. So interesting, because I'm so at times very lone wolfish when it comes to asking for help or connecting with people. And I find that it's a really common trade amongst online business managers. So what is better than being connected with others who are really on the same path as you? So we definitely, I really encourage you to consider that as an important part of your strategy for longevity as an online business manager. Now, the other fundamental part about embarking on this OBM path is setting clear and attainable goals for yourself and for your business. Now, it might be a goal of getting your website set up or getting your first client by the end of the year, building your network with at least 10 other OBMs within the first quarter of 2024, for example. It is so important to have a sense of clarity around your goals and how you're gonna reach them, or else you're risking falling and losing them through the cracks. So if you want an in-depth look at exactly how we lay out and think about our goals at OBM School, check out the link in the description below. It will take you to a YouTube video that dives all into goal setting. Once you have all of these things in place, you're gonna wanna get organized. I mean, it's so important to set, and I know you're gonna love this, right? But don't go into the spiral of procrastination, but you do have to set time aside for your business, not just for your future clients' businesses, but for your own business development. So once you get all your goals laid out on the table, you need to devote some time to making them happen. Now you can start by setting up a project in your project management tool. And, if you're just getting started, getting that VA practice, right? People always ask me, do I need to be a VA before I need to be an OBM? And I always tell them, you will get plenty of your own experience as a VA by essentially being your own virtual assistant. So here's a first example. Set up those goals in your project management tool. Make sure that you're staying organized. Make sure that you, and if you have a team, which if you're getting started, you likely don't, but at least you are on the same page with yourself about meeting those business benchmarks. I can't highlight this enough, so much so that I just want to scream it from the rooftop. If you don't set goals, you really have no idea where you're going in your business. There's no way to sort of chart the course of success. And when we get to the end of this year, you're gonna be like, wait a second, what did I wanna accomplish? And you might be downplaying all these amazing victories you've had simply because you didn't set the goals and you weren't really keeping your finger on the pulse of the movement. So yes, it's really important to, learn the skills and be able to serve our clients, but it's also important to make sure that we have our own business buttoned up. Because I always say to people, why is an OBM client going to want to work with you if you don't have your own online business buttoned up? For example, even if you're just getting started out, you should have a website, a few references, testimonials from past clients, coworkers, your corporate life, highlighting those transferable skills. You're going to show off your skill set to prospective clients. So you're also going to really want to have some basic systems in place. So I mentioned the project management tool. I also want to mention here a customer relationship management tool. And actually, if you go over to obmschool.com/tools, I'm going to give you my whole tech stack that we actually recommend to students inside of OBM School. And I'll also link that below in the description because I want you to have the systems in place, the systems for managing your relationships with the CRM tool like Dubsado or Honeybook, for example. I want you to be able to professionally house meetings on Zoom and have a reliable video meeting tool and a system for booking meetings with clients that is more or less automated, right? So flex that automation muscle. I want your clients to have that first experience working with you to be nothing but smooth and positive. Now, if you want to learn more about getting started as an OBM or more about systems and standard operating procedures, I'm gonna leave some very juicy free resources in the description below to help you get started. Now, I understand that this is a wealth of information to digest. If you have any questions about getting started, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. And if you are feeling eager about following the OBM path, we are currently offering an amazing program within OBM School that may be be of interest to you, especially if you are just getting started. This is our OBM Accelerator. It was created to give ambitious entrepreneurs just like you the blueprint that they need to follow to build a sustainable and streamlined OBM business. Now, when you become part of our program, you benefit from access to comprehensive sets of templates, tools, frameworks, and resources essential for your journey as an online business manager. This program is designed to equip you with the skills and hands-on experience necessary to build your OBM business, attract clients you're passionate about, and take control of your future. This was exactly what I would have wanted when I was getting started, and that's what birthed the Accelerator program inside OBM School. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, check out the link below for the details. I hope I see you on the inside. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our channel. By subscribing, you gain access to more insight in the OBM way of life and discovering the essentials needed to build a thriving and prosperous business. Stay tuned for more valuable content.